All right, well, hey everybody, John here with Crypto Top 10, coming at you with another video, some of the trending articles in the crypto news space for December the 18th of 2020. Here we go. Oh man, I wish I could post more often, but such is life. But hey, as always, thanks to everyone who's hit that little subscribe button. Yeah, that one right over there. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out, lets me know I'm doing something okay-ish, I guess. Yeah. But hey, let's dig into everything. Got a nice one off the top. We'll bounce through some Cardano, some Compound, some Tron, some Stellar. Then we'll switch gears and we'll hit up Messari, ETH2, and we'll finish off with Bitcoin because, I mean, we gotta. But let's jump into Cardano first up. So, Solidity, which is a major programming language for writing smart contracts, will soon become compatible with their Cardano blockchain. According to a December 17th announcement on the Cardano developers website, Cardano devs are now opening up Cardano to Solidity and the Ethereum community through an interoperable platform that uses native Ethereum code. Ethereum does use a lot of Solidity, so because Cardano is making these moves, it will enable, them to talk much nicer. As part of the effort, Cardano developers are planning to restart and accelerate their K, Ethereum Virtual Machine, or KVM, developer network or DevNet program. So many ors, ands, and us. Gotta love it. But the K framework will be pretty nice. It aims to bridge Cardano's blockchain with Solidity, enabling developers to work across both ecosystems, which is good. The easier you are to work with, the more people who are going to be willing to work with you. I mean, duh. Alongside the K EVM, Cardano devs are also planning to deploy other devnets like Glow and IELI, which was developed by Mkoon, which is a partner within the Cardano ecosystem. And that just goes back to my previous point. The more and more you put out there, the easier you are to work with. The more things you're compatible with, more chances that people are going to want to switch over to you. So these are good moves for Cardano. Not gonna lie. The Cardano ecosystem has been actively integrating its smart contracts technology in order to bring about major new functions, long overdue functions. IOHK is partnered with Wolfram Blockchain Labs. Yeah, that Wolfram. It's going to be integrating data from the Cardano blockchain into Wolfram Alpha, which is an answer engine providing technology for major services such as Apple's Siri Assistant. So, in a tangential way, Cardano is going to be working with Apple. Kind of interesting, kind of neat. Would not have expected that even just 2 years ago. So, cool. All in all, a very, very good idea to open up for Ethereum Solidity and all these other devnets. Cardano is making all the right moves. I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're making all the right moves. I love Cardano. I own Cardano, so I'm probably a little bit biased, full disclosure. But I think this coin is going to be around for some time. But can't just talk about Cardano all day. Let's hop on over and talk about Compound. That's right. Compound just launched its Compound chain. Yeah, that's right. They have their own blockchain. They are not just on the Ethereum network anymore. I believe they've pretty much fully transitioned over to their own blockchain, which is quite nice. The blockchain was released as scheduled months after the protocol moved from being a centralized player to a fully community-governed protocol or a true DeFi project. The protocol said the current version of Compound on Ethereum faced 3 grossly limiting elements: high gas costs, which we have definitely seen throughout the year, the inability to serve assets on other chains, agreed, and risks of hosting each supported asset. I can't comment on that one. It's an interesting use case. The supporting assets that are centralized or even state-backed. So basically, per Compound's white paper, they can stake or transfer digital currencies that actually belong to central banks and investment banks. So they're proactively and actively preparing for pretty rapid adoption, growth of digital assets, and all that other fun stuff. This new blockchain has also introduced a new crypto called Cash, simply CASH. This token can be used to pay for transactions on the Compound network, while Comp will be continued to be used to govern the protocol. which I would prefer that they just did everything with comp. I don't think they needed to launch a second one. Personally, I think that gets confusing for people. You buy one, not the other, and then you're upset that you bought the wrong thing. It can lead to some negative outcomes, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. While the compound chain represents a new paradigm for the advancement of both blockchain and the broader crypto ecosystem, some in the crypto circles are fairly displeased with the way the program is progressing. Me personally, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I do have a little bit of compound, just whatever I got from Coinbase Earn for trying it out. I don't like the two separate, cryptos that now are on the chain. But at the same time, I do agree that their motivations for moving it to get it off Ethereum, which reduces congestion on that network, and two, lets them be a little bit more independent, are pretty good things. So, we'll see. But Eric Wall, CIO of Arcane Investments, said that the idea of isolated app coins, such as Compound, can achieve any decentralization was actually worse than honest, straight-up centralization. I don't think it's because he doesn't really like the fact that they have Compound Cash. Like I said, so some people are happy, some people aren't. Some dude was just like, yeah, I'm not a fan, and some people are just shelling their own, and they're just taking any change in a protocol to kind of put it down so that way they can push their own agenda. We'll just have to wait and see. I think Compound could do some pretty interesting things, quite honestly. I'm excited to see where it goes. Hopping on over, though, Tron. Oh boy, Tron. So apparently there's some botnets amplifying Justin Sun's tweets. Yeah. Alright. He's gained... Good old Sun. He's gained quite an enthusiastic response around his crypto giveaways, with such tweets on Twitter often reaching thousands of likes and retweets. However, some of that engagement could be the result of artificial Twitter bots. Dun dun dun. They started looking into his followers to see what there was to see. Said that data scientists, because they've seen him pop up occasionally in their research on fake engagement networks. His Twitter profile was found to be infested with such elements. 866 bots. Well, that's what they found. I wouldn't call that an infestation, given that he's got several million followers, but it is. All with female names, because of course, were discovered to have been created on September 24th and October 1st by an unidentified source. There's no reason to suspect that Sun was involved in the creation of these accounts or is even aware of them among his 2 million strong following. Could he be? Yes, more than likely. He pays probably a lot of different data centers and marketing firms to help him grow his following and things like that, and one of them probably did this without his knowledge to help boost their numbers so they could get a bigger payout. That would be my guess. We'll see if people research it past the point that, yeah, it's a botnet. Whatever. The botnets were programmed to do 4 things. Retweet Sun's giveaway tweets. Retweet general crypto tweets. Reply good to tweets by OneSwap, which is a decentralized exchange that runs on Tron. And apparently tweeting out illegible sentences. So, 4 things. Nothing major. The tweets involving Sun's giveaways saw the most interaction by the botnet. All 866 of them, quote, tweeted his giveaways at least once and sent out a total of 893 tweets that involved him in some way, shape, or form. They also tweeted out some other things, but not too much. Sun's not alone to get targeted by a botnet. Academic research suggests that up to 45% of Twitter's user accounts are likely bots, which is a freaking high number, which work around the clock to spearhead misinformation campaigns, opinion manipulations, or even popularizing certain users, like this example. All I can say is be very, very, very careful about what you see online, just like our parents taught us before they started believing anything and everything they see on Facebook. Hopping on over, we'll hit up Stellar. They just invested $3 million worth of Lumens into the Settle network. So the Stellar the Stellar Development Foundation, or SDF, supports the development and the growth of the XLM network. Settle Network is their fourth investment from their enterprise fund, following the DSTOQ, Satoshi Pay, and Abra. We've talked about the DSTOQ on the channel before, though that was months ago now. Settle Network is the largest digital asset settlement network in Latin America for exchanges and cross-border payments. They'll get their $3 million, which means the SDF has now invested in 4 different projects, about $9.3 million worth of Stellar, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. That is something you need to do if you want to promote your chain and get it out there. You give people money to develop on it, and hopefully expand. Donnell Dixon, CEO and the exec direct of the SDF, said that the Settle Network is delivering on the vision and mission of Stellar, putting blockchain technology and access to finance into the hands of people that need it. Respect. There we go. As the announcement states, the Settle Network aims to serve the massive increase in demand for stablecoins in 2020. To that end, the project recently announced the launch of the world's first stablecoin exchange, StableX. They've got a pretty strong foothold in Latin America. They're actually based out of Argentina, which according to this article, that country has a population of 44.5 million people, and most assets are still held on physical paper. Ick. So hopefully this modernization effort that Settle could help with works. I'd be really excited to see it. I really am. I hope it goes very, very well for them. Hopping on over. Messari. Oh boy, they just valued Coinbase, as Coinbase just filed a draft legislation for public offering. Yeah, they're looking at an IPO with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission yesterday. Messari, a research company that looks into things like this, valued the company at about 28 billion buckaroos. Messari's model examined the company's various business segments, such as trading, custody, and debit cards, to come to the figure. Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges worldwide, daily trading volumes of over $1 billion. Assets under custody have grown to $20 billion from $7 billion just last year. On providing its latest $28 billion worth of valuation, Messari's analyst noted the significance of such a major IPO in the crypto space, quoted as saying, "The listing is important even for token valuations, as Coinbase will provide a valuation anchor, not only for future equity listings, but also for crypto native exchange tokens." If you want to get retail investors excited in crypto, a good old traditional IPO would be just the way to do it. Coinbase, again, no stranger to controversy, but is nevertheless making the moves it needs to make to become a quote-unquote legitimate large corporation in the eyes of America, and that will actually do quite a lot to legitimize crypto. The Coinbase effect is a real thing. And making such a large crypto company legit opens the doors for other crypto companies to also file for IPOs. We could be seeing a very interesting crypto tech boom to go along with the tech boom we have right now. Quite happy for them. I do use Coinbase. I'm not a fan of everything they do, but they're effective. Same as Amazon, you cannot argue with the effectiveness, even if you don't really like the methods. But hopping on over, Ethereum just became the 4th largest staking network, and it is growing. It's already emerged as the 4th largest proof-of-stake network by total value locked in staking within roughly 6 weeks of the ETH2 deposit contract going live. Despite the withdrawal function not yet enabled and no precise estimation for its full launch date, nearly $1 billion worth of Ethereum has been designated for staking. According to crypto data aggregator Staking Rewards, more than 1.5 million Ethereum, or about 1.35% of its supply, has been locked up. These staking rewards are estimated currently at about 13.2%, which is pretty darn nice, meaning that a single stake of 32 Ethereum will earn you $2,725 over the course of a year at the current price of $645. Ethereum has pulled back a little bit. It's not $645 right now, but that's crypto. Ethereum 2.0's developers are not yet able to provide a precise date for when users will be able to withdraw their staked Ethereum. Staking service provider Rocket Pool recently estimated the function may go live during the first quarter of 2021. I don't think it'll happen the first quarter of 2021, maybe Q4. I would assume if you're locking your Ethereum up, you're committing to at least a year of it being out of your reach. My own personal opinion. The three staking networks that are ahead of Ethereum at this point are Polkadot, Cardano, and I believe Tezos. Yeah. So Polkadot, Cardano, Tezos, and Ethereum. It's pretty interesting to see just how quickly Ethereum has reached such a large staking valuation. I'm very excited for phase 1 of Ethereum 2.0 to roll out hopefully soon, and then phase 2. But again, we'll see how long that takes. But getting to the end here, ooh, buddy, Bitcoin's new all-time high is pretty nice. It's up 30% in a week, topping out at $23,770 on the 16th of December. I don't know about you guys, but I was freaking ecstatic at work, and I had no one to talk to about it because I've got a new job in a new department, and no one there knows anything about crypto, the exception of one guy who doesn't own any. He's just aware that it exists. I will try to convert as quickly as I can. But according to charts tracking public awareness of what Bitcoin has done recently, interest is still a fraction of what it was during its run to previous all-time highs exactly 3 years ago in 2017. So that's right, even though we are above the dollar amount we were at 3 years ago, we're pretty outside the crypto space. It's pretty quiet. Anyone who regularly reads crypto Twitter may have the impression that the entire social network revolves around the Bitcoin price action. That's not the case. Statistics show that beyond crypto Twitter, Bitcoin's highs and lows this year are hardly a trend, but that is beginning to change. On top of that, when you look at Bitcoin on Wikipedia, page views in December 2020 are a small uptick in an otherwise flat landscape. Compared to January of 2018, there's no contest. Literally, if you can't see the graph, in January of 2018, there are huge spikes that go up pretty much the entirety of the graph, and the next closest you get to that is never. It's incredibly, incredibly flat. It looks like a pancake. It just is. And then you add into the fact that the Google Trends data that we have access to is saying that the term Bitcoin is less popular this week than early in December or even November, and far, far less popular than it was back in 2017. All evidence is pointing to the fact that Bitcoin, despite being a different asset to what it was 3 years ago, I mean, institutionally, fundamentally, like a lot of things have changed in the space. It's not even touched the mainstream consciousness as of yet. Institutions, however, are gobbling it up so freaking fast. I implore you, if you haven't bought any Bitcoin yet, or you feel like, well, maybe I should buy more, maybe I shouldn't buy more, just know that this $22,600 Bitcoin is projected to go to $400K. Now, I am a voice on the internet. Do your own research. Don't just believe me. But, dear Lord, if you have one Bitcoin, people think in 3 to 5 years' time, if you cash it out, pay all your taxes on it, you'll still have enough money left over to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in a decent neighborhood in the Midwest. And if you own your own home and you're just paying property taxes and utility bills, just imagine how much money that frees up each month for you. The average mortgage payment is like $1,000 a month. That is $1,000 every month in your pocket that you can then use to live a much better life. Don't worry about that big promotion and giving away your life to the man. You can work your 40 and go home. Don't worry about sending your kids to college. Or, well, honestly, don't send your kid to college just to send him to college. Make sure he's got a plan of action and wants to be there. Send him to a trade school. Send him to a community college. Do your own thing. But please buy crypto. Dear God. I'm not going to talk about it too much more because I will just go off on a pretty long tangent. A lot of institutions are thinking the next bear market won't happen until we hit 50K Bitcoin. Some other people are thinking that once we hit 50K, we'll just be on a steady increase. Some people are thinking $300,000, $400,000. It's going to be very interesting to see. But that will do it for the trending articles in the crypto news space. Let's take a look at the top 10 coins by market cap. Bitcoin still showing up 25% on the week. However, everything in the top 10 currently is in the red, with the exception of Litecoin, up about 3%. Good for Litecoin. They're up about 45% on the week, which is pretty darn nice. Everything else is in the red for the day, but still in the green for the week, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Biggest winner on the day, XEM, up 10% on the day, 45% on the week. They were the biggest loser, I believe, the last time I did a video, so take that with a grain of salt. Biggest loser on the day is Stellar XLM, down 7.5%, still up 11% on the week, and they are now the number 11 coin by market cap, which is pretty darn impressive, so don't be sleeping on them just that. But with that being said, this has been Crypto Top 10. My name is John. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't yet, just hit that button. It doesn't take all that much, and it would really help me out. Appreciate it. If I don't talk to you guys soon because my life is a tornado, Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Kwanzaa or, I don't know, Happy Holidays, Happy Saturnalia. Just stay safe out there. Plan your family gatherings. Keep them small. Wear your masks. Utilize Zoom. All that fun stuff. And I will talk to you all soon. Peace.